Hello, me lovelies. Well, it looks like Decca's been arrested again. This time over extremely offensive and dangerous material he was producing on his channel in regard to what he calls patriotism, which is really just, let's see if I can get views and clicks from this and scam people out of money again, which that's all it was. I can assure you that's all it was. He'll do anything. And he's not an intelligent man, he's an extremely stupid man, because anyone with a brain in the head will be able to work out what's going on. Even JDP, and I'm sorry JDP, you're not the brightest person on YouTube, and I'm just saying that in regard to what you're saying about Decca at the moment. JDP put up a post in a fit of anger when news really first came out about what had happened in Southport, but he quickly took it down when he realised, oh wait a minute, this isn't really, even though people are saying it's true, there's no evidence, so he took it down. So he had the intelligence to take it down. Decca hasn't got that intelligence when he's ranting off. He can't see where he could be walking into trouble. And in regard to this, it was again Decca doing what Decca does best, trying to manipulate people and trying to pull off a scam. Look, Tommeh Robinson would not want Decca anywhere near him, especially after the Lee McMillan scandal with EDL years ago, where he was arrested for a 10-year, what he was, well, with a 10-year-old girl, let's put it that way. Now, so Tommy's going to be hypersensitive to anything like that and doesn't want anyone with any suspicions around him, which is understandable, you wouldn't. And it's not just suspicions around Decca. We've heard it, his own voice, where he's incriminating himself about his behaviour with a girl not much older than 10 years old, not much older at all than 10 years old. So the evidence is all out there. But I've said this from day one, Decca will never change his spots. He's an absolute chronic, and I mean chronic narcissist who has a belief that he can con and manipulate anyone. And I've said this before, and I'll put links at the end of this to the videos I've done discussing this and pointing it out. He's continually trying to get one over on people, manipulate them, make them believe that he's this poor victim. And he does it openly so that there are signs there to say, I am manipulating him, I am making a fool of you by saying this, when you come back and say, oh, poor Decca, he got off on it. And that's why I mean he's a very dangerous man, because the more he can manipulate, the more he can get something over on someone, the more powerful, the more self-esteem he feels he has. He's just one of those characters, and we've all met. Look, if you want to get into your daily life, you'll have met, everyone will. You'll have met someone that's bragging about how they made an idiot of someone, or conned them, or got them to do something for them. And they said the idiot fell for it and all that. When I meet someone that goes on like that and talks like that, I immediately don't want anything to do with them. And I tell you why. Because they're not a very nice person to be around. Because if they think they can fool them, they'll think they can fool you. And also, it's not the person that they've conned that is the bad person, or it's the idiot. That's the person that trusted them. And to betray someone's trust in you is the most horrendous crime in my mind you can commit. Because when people don't have trust or they lose faith, that's a terrible thing for someone. It's a terrible thing. Humanity would be much, much better if you could trust people around you. It really, really would. So he's a very, very dangerous man. And he was also trying to scam people by using Tommeh Robinson. And this, I'm going to get, all money I get is going towards Tommeh Robinson's legal fees and all this business. As far as I know, now this is what I've heard, and it came right out of Tommeh Robinson's mouth himself, there's no court case. He didn't flee the country, he was going on a holiday, and there was no court case, so there's no legal fees to be gained. And I don't know why Tommeh, or whoever is in his admin, doesn't strike Decca's channel. He should do. He should strike for putting those videos up, because all that's happened is, and this is what happens, people see Tommeh Robinson, they're not looking into the other videos that Decca has done, and they're all coming on board. Oh yeah, patriot. Oh yeah, great. And they're thinking that Decca is some great patriot that's standing up for Tommeh. They haven't looked at his other videos. They haven't looked into his history, the controversy surrounding him. That's what they haven't bothered looking at. So he's going to get followers. This has nothing to do with Tommeh Robinson. This has nothing to do with his concerns over mass immigration into this country. This has nothing to do with his very racist views on Muslims. It has nothing to do with that. This has to do with Decca Heggie, a massive narcissist who thinks he can manipulate anyone, thinks he's so much more intelligent than anyone else, when in fact he's that stupid he goes and gets himself arrested. See what I'm saying? That's what this is about. It's got nothing to do with Tommeh Robinson. If he thought he could make money going completely the other way and becoming far left, as far left as you can go, and kissing up to someone like Owen Jones, I can assure you he'd do it if he thought he could get money. That's the type of individual he is. And we've seen it, people try to get on board with him. Oh, here I'll get clicks. And then you find that they're the ones who are going to have to suffer the brunt. It'll be interesting to see what happens with JDP now. Now that Decca is out of service, JDP has done all this and now is left on a raft. He's supported Decca. There's no way anyone, when they look into it, cannot see that there's serious questions surrounding this man. Serious, very serious questions when you hear the YouTube swindler tapes, when you hear his own voice talking about the young girl. It's just, what was the other one he did? Oh, yet the young boy. The disabled young boy, the way he tried to get money out of his parents. You know, there's so much there that isn't the effect of trolls putting a troll campaign out there. Has he been trolled? Yeah, he has. But he's been trolled for a reason. Because people are generally, some people, not all people, some people are generally concerned about getting them off the internet so he can't manipulate and abuse people and take that danger away. Just a small number of people are, using them to make a bit of cash. And well, let's name it. I mean, we know that's what Hedgehog Man is all about. It's just to see how much money you can make out of Decca. And you can say the same about JDP. I don't believe for 1 minute, JDP, sorry, that you're doing this because you genuinely think this poor man is a victim or could be a victim of trolling. I think you're just thinking clicks, views. Nothing wrong with that. But what you've got to accept is you've been told again and again, this is going to leave you finished, dried up. No one has ever supported Decca Heggie and survived. No one. It's never happened. But anyway, what I'll do, I'll leave that. Be interested to see what happens to him. But it's the best place for him. I could see it again. He's ready to manipulate. And what did I say? Wait out for that. And then he'll be back on the gear as quick as anything once the money comes in. And I know we were getting a lot of starting again by degrees. Anyway, I'll leave it at that, my lovelies.